Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to a literature class. This is Miss Waldina Peña talking to you. And we're going to start discussing the story that we will start this week, and it's about the thrill of the chase. Okay? So this is a memoir written by Forrest Fenn. First of all, we need to define what a memoir is. So that is a book or other piece of writing based on the writer's personal knowledge of famous people, places, or events, and it's also a written record of usually famous persons' own life and experiences. So let's get to know a little bit about the thrill of the chase. Why this phrase? Okay, the thrill of the chase, or the phrase thrill of the chase, means an excitement that you feel when you are trying to find something or achieve something difficult. Later in the story, you will understand why it was called the thrill of the chase. To get to know the story, we need to understand who the author was, in this case, Forrest Fenn. We'll need to know a little bit more about him. Okay, so this book is related to a true story. It's a remarkable book about Forrest Fenn's life and how he hid a treasure somewhere in the mountains of North Santa Fe in New Mexico. All right, so the book basically contains multiple stories, and inside those stories, they find the clues to the treasure's locations, and basically Forrest is trying to invite readers to join in the thrill of the chase. So who was Forrest Fenn? So Forrest Fenn was born on August 22nd in 1930, and he died last year on September 7th. He was a pilot of the United States Air Force, and he obtained the rank of major. He was awarded the Silver Star because he served in the Vietnam War, and he actually flew through 328 combat missions in 1 year. He retired after a while from the Air Force, and he decided to associate with his friend. Um, he became a business person, and they opened their own gallery that he operated together with his wife, Peggy. It was an art gallery called Aerosmith Fan Gallery. All right, so the gallery was located also in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they used to sell a variety of Native American artifacts, painted bronze sculptures, and other art pieces, right? So in 1988 is the turning point of this story, and actually is the reason why this whole thing began. He was diagnosed with cancer, and there were supposed to be a terminal scenario for him, and so they inspired him to hide a treasure chest. The whole cancer thing inspire him, sorry, to hide this treasure chest where he put a lot of valuable things and pieces of jewelry as well. And he hid it in a location outdoor with the purpose of creating like this public search, and all people get together to find it. So he considered actually to use this location as his final resting place when the moment came for him to pass away. But he recovered from his illness, so in 2020 he decided to publish The Thrill of the Chase, this memoir that I'm talking about since the very beginning of the story, which is a collection of short stories from his life, right? So he described the treasure chest, and he says that contain gold nuggets, rare coins, jewelry, and gemstones. So he write that he hid it in the mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe. And there was a poem in the multiple stories that is in the chapter Gold and More that contain 9 different clues to identify the location. But you know what? The location description in this poem also fits to the different states that we find on this map right in front of you. And basically, the searching point increased to the area, right? So, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana were the states where possibly this chest was located, right? And the thrill of the chase was in between the mountains and the Rocky Mountains somewhere in Santa Fe among these 4 different states. And this is the poem, so you can see it a little bit closer. And he says, "As I have gone alone in there and with my treasure bowl." So he mentions the description of the place, and he says that take it in the canyon down and not far, but too far to walk. And then he described that there is no paddle up the creek, and also described it as a cool place, that it is worth it at the end because you will get the chest and then you will go in peace, right? So this is the poem that you have to follow and understand to find the precise location of the chest. So what another information can we say about this story? So 5 people died while searching the treasure, right? So that's why the chief of New Mexico begged him to stop this treasure hunting, because people were actually going crazy to find the place. And it's not like you go and you say, okay, I want to search for the treasure. You have to pay a certain amount of money to be able to access to the area of the location, right? So on June 6, 2020, Fenn posted on the search blog Trail of the Chase that the treasure had been found. Okay, so the person remained in secret until December 2020, that this medical student from Michigan revealed that he found Fenn's treasure chest and decided to disclose his identity by going public in an interview with Outside. But all this person coming out to reveal his identity actually was after Fenn passed away, so we're not sure if that was actually the right person who found the treasure and talked to Fenn. And they described that it was under a canopy of stars in the lush forest vegetation of the Rocky Mountains, and it did not move for 10 years because the the searching lasted 10 years. You know, it started in 2010 with the publish of the book, and it ended in 2020 last year. So there were thousands of people who participated on this search. So basically, they really enjoyed the whole thing. Fenn wanted to actually see the bright side of the whole situation. He said that lots of family, son and father, mother and daughter got together to search for the treasure, and it was like a great family quality time for people, and that's how he described the bright side of this whole thing going on. And being in contact with nature and enjoying interaction and complicity, So the instructions of this is that you write all the information that I posted on this book, I'm sorry, on this presentation, on the slideshows, copy so you can have a summary of the story. And also at the end, describe if you would like to actually participate or be in part of a situation like this and a treasure hunting searching, you would you like to be part of something like this, or you prefer to believe that this is kind of a hoax, like a joke or like a game to play with people's mind and people's fantasies of having gold treasures and all these things. So I wanted to write in 10 lines, what's your opinion about the whole story? What do you think it was? It was a real story, it was a hoax, as I told you, like a joke. And if you would do it at the end for finding a $2 million treasure, that was the cost of the whole chest, 2 millions, right? And it's appraisal. Um, it's not exactly $2 million today. It can be much more based on the appraisal of the chest. Appraisal means um, the change. Money changes and the value of money changes as well. So write the 10 lines after you copy all the summary of the story. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. God bless you.